But I'm excited for that. I know Canelo. He's so big, so strong, and I think he'll be just too big. I mean, weight classes matter for a reason.
He can do what he wants, but I don't think that's a good idea.
Why?
I just don't think it's a good idea.
How is Crawford, his composure going to be like the moment a punch lands on him from Canelo?
Are you kidding me? Take that question back.
Yeah, why?
Because you're talking about Crawford.
Yeah.
He's
But in weight classes,
he's the most composed guy. Yeah. What, you don't think he'll be prepared? You think it'll be a shock to him? No.
I think Crawford could beat Canelo Alvarez.
I think he's too small. But then again, I thought he was too small for Spence. So well, shows what I know.
Legendary boxer Mike Tyson has voiced concerns about Terence Crawford's chances in his upcoming fight against Canelo Alvarez. Tyson believes that stepping into the ring with Canelo is a risky move for Crawford, citing Canelo's size, power, and relentless pressure. Tyson warns that Crawford might not be able to handle the challenge that awaits him in the ring.
You guys see this. Terence Crawford, tremendous fighter. You're a big supporter of his. He wants to move up 3 weight classes and fight Canelo. What do you think?
He can do what he wants, but I don't think that's a good idea.
Why?
I just don't think it's a good idea. You know, I don't think, what will he have? I don't know. I just don't think it's a good idea. People have done things crazy like that before. It's just that he doesn't have to do it. He doesn't have to do it.
You posted the other day, there's a picture of you in a Rolls Royce, and you said, the quote is, "I can't remember how many of these I gave away." Tell me about that.
It's, I don't know. I guess wasn't used to having money. It's when I had one, you know, you're not accustomed to that shit, man.
Yeah, but not everybody's Mike Tyson. You're very generous. You're a genuine, nice person. Tillman told me that one time you lent him his car, he kept it for like 3 months or something.
I don't know, man, this shit. Listen, if you have money and you can't help nobody with it, what's the purpose of having it?
David Benavides views Canelo Alvarez as a source of motivation for Crawford. Benavides sees the upcoming fight as an exciting matchup, praising Canelo's skills and achievements, which he believes will provide a real test for Crawford.
It's going to come to fruition in September. What are your thoughts on that bout?
I have nothing to say. It's a good fight. And it's a good fight. I wish both of them the best.
All right, next question over here. Do you use that for motivation at all? Like Canelo's, like, you know.
I definitely do use that as motivation because if I was such an easy fighter and target, he would have came and beat me already. Just for him not fighting me lets me know how dangerous I am.
How would you approach a fight?
Is there scissors? Is there scissors? Ask for scissors. Go ahead.
How would you approach a fight with Terence Crawford if it was you against Crawford?
To be honest with you, if I fought Terence Crawford, I would definitely use my size, my reach, my weight to my advantage. Crawford is a very smart fighter, but I guess
Ryan Garcia, a fellow boxer, points to Canelo's significant physical advantages, strength, size, and power, as factors that give the Mexican superstar an edge over Crawford, especially considering that Crawford is moving up in weight classes. Garcia suggests that this weight difference could pose a major challenge for Crawford.
Be a great fight too. I can't believe they made that happen. See, Turkey's been making a lot of great fights happen. You can't really hate on it. But I'm excited for that. I know Canelo. He's so big, so strong, and I think he'll be just too big. I mean, weight classes matter for a reason.
Last question, Ali. He said Teofimo and Boots are going to be on your October undercard.
Oh, yeah,
and
I
the
heard
winners
that.
would fight each other. Is that what you were told?
I didn't know that, but I'm
What do you
down.
think of that?
I don't care. Let's do it. I wanted to fight Teofimo too.
Last one. I gotta do this. I agree with you that there's just like there's a lot of sanctioning bodies, there's a lot of promoters, there's be more testing organizations, not just one.
100%.
Tell me about that. Why are you so adamant about no body?
I think that when a coach is pushing a certain organization, it just strikes me off weird. And for it to be like a mandatory thing, like why can't I use another organization, you know? But again, I don't want to talk about them because, you know, it might.
Sean Porter expresses concerns about Crawford's ability to withstand Canelo's powerful punches. Given that Crawford is stepping up in weight, Porter questions if Crawford will be able to endure Canelo's forceful blows, which might prove overwhelming.
The others say, like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like, once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down. You know, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he still got that kind of steam. But, you know, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo have, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another. You know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, and we see how that panned out. You know what I mean? So
Mikey Garcia predicts a Canelo victory, emphasizing that Canelo's size and power will play a key role in determining the outcome of the fight. Garcia's prediction aligns with many others who see these attributes as too much for Crawford to overcome.
I'm a fan of that fight. They're too many weight classes apart. And although the skills, Crawford is one of the best fighters that I've seen. Now, Canelo is, you know, fighting at 168. Crawford just moved up to 154. And he had some trouble with that in that fight. Now, where do you plan on going? 164, 65, 66? Yeah. Canelo ain't gonna come down to 160.
Yeah,
Canelo ain't gonna come down, you know, maybe 166 max if he accepts.
Yeah.
I think Canelo wins that fight based on just the size, you know, power and size. Now, skill wise, I think Crawford's a better skilled fighter, but the difference in size will be the deciding factor, and that's why I'm not even a fan of that fight. I think Crawford has accomplished everything he had to accomplish. From 140, 147, now 154. That's even greater for him. He wants to do something, collect belts at 154. He can attempt that. But there's no money in that compared to the Canelo fight. And Canelo is trying to fight other guys, and you know, at that point, it's more of a big fight, you know, for the money that's gonna generate. But as a fight fan, I'm not really a fan of that matchmaking. I'd rather see Canelo move up and fight somebody like Bitterbeef or Bivol again. Yeah. If he wanted to challenge himself, move up to 175 again, and challenge himself against those guys. Yeah. Against those guys. Yeah. Not a smaller guy moving up.
Roy Jones Jr. praises Crawford's courage in taking on such a challenging opponent, but believes that if Crawford cannot overcome Canelo, it could mark a major turning point in his career. Jones acknowledges Canelo as one of the top fighters in the sport.
Because a lot of people are saying like, hey, you know, forget about Canelo. That was a tough fight with Madrimov. Go ahead and give Boots a shot. Give Boots the chance. But Eddie's saying, hey, you know, I think Crawford's saying, hey, give me the Canelo fight or I'm not fighting. I'm done.
Why? What does he got to prove to Boots? Boots trying to take over and start beating the guys around him, prove that he's the best of that group. Bud is in a group above him. Bud don't need to come back down to 47 to meet him. That's crazy. Why would he? Bud looking to try to make history and get out. Get his big bank and get out. His big bank is who? Canelo. He willing to take that gamble, see if he can beat him. If he beats him, he may go fight Benavidez next. If he don't beat him, he say, okay, I took it as high as I could go. I'm done.
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy if he gets the win. Like, oh my God.
Robert Garcia believes Crawford is taking the fight mainly for the massive payday it offers, considering that he has already secured his future. Garcia suggests that Crawford might manage to put up a competitive fight for the first 6 to 8 rounds, but Canelo's power and experience will likely take control in the later rounds.
What's a smart bet on Crawford Canelo? Canelo by knockout or Canelo by decision?
Crawford by decision. If you have to bet,
yes.
I say Canelo by decision. Crawford by decision. No, but you say Canelo by knockout or Canelo?
Yeah, no, because I'm saying that's what's gonna happen. Canelo's gonna beat him. But which one?
No, man. Crawford is fucking gangster. I've always been saying, I think Canelo at the end, obviously his strength, his weight,
experience
probably takes over. But shit, I wouldn't be surprised if Crawford just fucking boxes and fights smart and beats him.
He's probably gonna be 40 to 1 underdog or something crazy like that, right? It's not gonna be close.
No, it's gonna be close.
3 weight class?
Maybe 3-4 to 1. No crees?
Nah.
It's not gonna be that big of a deal. No.
When you pick the knockout? No. When you pick the knockout?
You pick a knockout. But if it's just
who wins straight out?
I think it's gonna be maybe 3 to 1, 4 to 1. Maybe that's too much. Maybe 2 to 1. Maybe 2
I don't think so.
Telling you.
So they finally announced Ryu's fight. Gary Russell, what do you think? Not easy fight. No easy fights in Islam. It's gonna be. Finally, you guys will be. First time you're ever going to a Tank fight, right? To work a corner.
We have won a Tank's fight.
It's Tank's the main.
Promoter Eddie Hearn expresses skepticism about Crawford's chances, pointing out the significant weight disparity. He finds it hard to believe that Crawford could successfully challenge Canelo, given the difference in size and strength.
Crawford going to be able to bridge this weight gap?
Yeah, I don't think he can, in all honesty. I mean,
Yeah.
he might not be able to bridge it on Saturday.
Yeah.
So,
One
but
weight class.
68, yeah, but you're coming up from 35.
Mm.
35, 40, 47, 54. Sooner or later, it's one too many.
Mm.
And 68 is definitely too many. But Crawford's brilliant. Like, he's a genius. He's a generational great. So maybe he can find a way to do it. But I feel he'd be hugely outsized against Canelo Alvarez. Yeah. But you have to use your movement. If you're Terence Crawford in that fight, the last thing you want to do is stand and trade. He'd be moving a lot in that fight, trust me. I'm not saying he'd be running, but he would be moving a lot. Of course, that's the way to beat him.
Yeah.
You know.
Javante Tank. Davis admires Canelo's abilities and legacy in boxing, describing him as one of the top boxers of this era. While Davis doesn't directly predict the outcome, his admiration for Canelo underscores the respect he commands within the boxing community.
He's one of the top dogs in the sport as of right now, and he's a great fighter himself, so just having somebody like him to say I'm his favorite fighter is pretty, like, touchy. I think I'm the face of boxing already, if we being real. I think I'm the face of boxing right now. I think that Canelo going out the door, all the top guys, Canelo probably the only one, but he's going out the door.
Eddie Atlas praises Canelo for his size, strength, and impressive track record. However, he questions whether Canelo can handle a smaller, faster fighter like Crawford, who has slick footwork and defensive skills. Atlas suggests that Canelo's aging might affect his ability to keep up with the speed and movement of his opponent.
Sure, but it may be a done deal. Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez. Early thoughts? What do you think?
Yeah, look, the first thought is, can he handle the weight jump? Can he handle the weight jump? He being Crawford against Madridov, people are going to say, "Oh, he had some hiccups." Who don't have hiccups? When you eat something that's a little difficult to eat, and Madrimov was a little difficult to eat. He's not easy to digest. He's a good fighter. When you eat something that's a little tough to digest, you get hiccups, right? So come on, he's human. So he had a few hiccups. He won the fight. He's Terence Crawford. A lot of people say, "Oh, Teddy, you make him so good. You're always saying how great Crawford is." But who's he beating? He unified the. What was his first division? Lightweight. Then he unified the junior. Then he unified the junior welter. Then he unified the welter. I think I got the weight classes right. It doesn't.
Sports commentator Stephen A. Smith acknowledges Crawford's skills, but expresses doubt about Crawford's ability to hurt Canelo. Smith suggests that if Crawford can't land impactful punches, Canelo will dominate with his power and relentless pressure.
But to me, can Crawford hurt him? I would pick Crawford to win if he can box and stay away. I don't believe he can hurt Canelo. And if Canelo catches him, it could be trouble. But I would still say it would be a very interesting fight. I just believe that Crawford hasn't been in the ring with anybody this powerful. And I'm wondering whether he could stay away. Again, Crawford is the superior boxer. But if he can't hurt Canelo, you can't keep him off of him. And that's where the problem lies.
What do you think a win like that would do for Crawford? Would that put him
I
up
think it was
Robinson, Mayweather?
He and I spoke about it. He and I spoke about it in Vegas when the UFC event was at the Sphere. It's a fight he wants desperately. He wants badly. He says it's a legacy fight. He thinks about Tommy Hitman Hearns and Sugar Ray Leonard and others moving up in weight. And he believes he can do the same, and he wants to do the same against a fighter the caliber of Canelo.
Boxing analyst Showbiz the Adult questions whether Crawford can absorb Canelo's punches, suggesting that the power difference could be a key factor in the fight. He notes that Crawford's decision to jump up 3 weight classes makes the fight a risky move for him.
A few weeks ago, you heard what Terence Bud Crawford had to say on why he wants to take on Saul Canelo Alvarez.
I just want the opportunity, you know, to fight the best fighter in my generation that's out there. You know, he's the most accomplished fighter. And I would just, you know, just like to, you know, fight another great.
Which is a very noble reason. I mean, it's a reason that I can get behind. If you notice, his primary reason isn't money. He did say it'd be the biggest fight, which, you know, you do want a big fight, but I don't think he meant monetarily, which the money comes, okay? But what he's saying is he want to test himself versus the best. And I think he's telling the truth here, right? Of course you want big money and stuff like that, but I think his swan song is just him test himself up against the very best. Those are the reasons the war room can get behind.
Are you tired of people asking you about Terence yet?
No, look, there's, I always say, I respect Terence Crawford. He's a very talented fighter, but he just win one big fight. If you see his record, he just beat one good fighter like Errol Spence is.
Yes.
But other than that, I don't think he's beating other great fighter like Spence. He did a really good job with the Spence. He did like almost look very easy. But I knew Terence Crawford is a great fighter. But you know, you never know in boxing. We'll see.
Tim Bradley offers an optimistic view, pointing out Crawford's technical skills. Bradley believes that while Canelo has the physical advantages, Crawford's intelligence and strategy could give him a legitimate chance to win.
Great. That'll be 3 times. If you go 154 and win the belt, that's 3 times super. Then I said, chase super greatness. Come on, Canelo. 160.
Well, if he can get in there with Charlo in like his next 2 fights where he still got age on his side, then maybe go up again. Like if he's trying to chase the greatness. But I mean, he already done something that's never been done. Charlo don't want none of that smoke.
Terence Crawford, I see he wants to fight. He's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
Everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better. No, Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He's a good fighter, but you know, like I say, he's weight classes for a reason. I'm focused 100% on Berlanga, and you never know what happened.
Yeah.
Alexander Usyk presents a different perspective, arguing that Crawford's smart fighting style could overcome Canelo's size advantage. Usyk sees Crawford's ring intelligence as a viable path to victory.
Potential fight between Canelo and Terence Crawford.
Yeah.
How do you see that fight? Who do you like?
Terence, it's
wow.
my friend, but it's crazy man. Listen, I say Terence win. Yes.
What? Terence win over Canelo.
Yes, Terence win. But listen, Terence, it's different man. Terence work in две стойка.
Two sides.
Two sides.
Right.
Yeah. And a switch hitter.
Yes.
He's a switch hitter.
Yes.
Right and left. But it's very smart man. It's very smart. But feel distance and plays.
Adjustments.
Spacing,
Exactly.
boxing.
You don't think the weight difference will be a factor too much?
Mario, you're asking him?
That's why. That's why I'm asking, exactly.
But, Canelo big. Yeah, Canelo too. It's a good boxer. But I say
Wow.
Hassan Davis comments on Canelo's ability to adapt to any style, contributing to his greatness. Davis suggests that Canelo's versatility and experience make him a tough challenge for Crawford, who will need to rely on more than just physical strength to win.
Greatest. You know what I'm saying? Floyd, it was Floyd. And then it's gonna be Terence Crawford. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what's on the line with that fight, right? Canelo and Terence is whose era is it? Yeah. Right?
Nah.
I think Canelo had his time.
Yeah, Canelo had his
our
time. Yeah.
Just gonna submit our time.
Yeah, for sure.
What made Womack such a great trainer?
He can adapt to any style, bro. Like, He can adapt to any style. First of all, DB3, we all got different styles. And he all been making this better in our own style. He got Troy Oz. Troy Oz is a different style. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, he got Avius Griffin. Avius Griffin is a different style. Of course, y'all know Jamel Herring and Terence Crawford. All different styles. And he make these fighters great. He can adapt to any style. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes him a great.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned for more updates, and until next time.